Amaka stopped bringing food. It wasn't intentional, just a slow, quiet withdrawal. Her texts came back later and later. Her smiles grew less frequent. You should fix your home, she told him one morning, her voice steady. I don't want to be the reason something breaks. For the first time, Tunde felt a cold wave of panic. He was genuinely afraid of losing her. Meanwhile, back at home, Bisi was doing everything right. Almost too right. She started dressing up again, just for him. She'd stay awake late into the night, waiting, hoping. But Tunde's heart, it seemed, refused to come back home. One evening, as they sat in silence, Bisi reached out and held his hand. Her touch felt unfamiliar. Tell me the truth, she said, her voice barely a whisper. Do you still love me? Tunde swallowed hard, the lump in his throat feeling like a stone. I care, he managed to say, but I don't feel the way I used to. The words hung in the air, heavier and more devastating than any angry shout could ever be. That wasn't a fight, it was a finality. The days that followed were filled with a deafening silence. There was no shouting, no arguments, just a vast, unbridgeable distance growing between them. Then, Amaka finally said the words he had been dreading. I can't share a man, she said, her gaze unwavering. Choose. That night, Tunde sat alone in the darkness. There was no warm food from Amaka, no patient waiting from Bisi. There was just him and his thoughts, swirling in the emptiness. A painful realization hit him like a physical blow. Bisi was now doing everything he had once begged her for. She was making the effort, trying to be the wife he wanted. But it was too late. Her efforts weren't reaching him anymore. They were bouncing off a wall he hadn't even realized he'd built. And Amaka, she wasn't asking for his effort. She was asking for his honesty. And that's when he knew. The marriage didn't break because of Amaka. It broke because it had been hollow for a long, long time, long before she ever entered the picture. The decision he had been desperately avoiding was now staring him in the face, unavoidable. Staying in the middle, trying to please everyone, was hurting everyone. The ground he was standing on, that precarious middle, had finally collapsed. He was caught. One woman was begging for his love, the other was demanding his honesty. And Tunde, he had run out of time. A choice had to be made, and soon. And no matter what he decided, no one would walk away from this unchanged. The story isn't over yet. Part 5 will bring the conclusion, not with loud drama, but with the quiet, heavy weight of consequences. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss how this ends. Thanks for watching.